how we are
Mm-hmm.
how we are part of Krishna and how we are coming from Krishna, how our goal is to get back to
Mm-hmm.
Krishna. And so making a
Mm-hmm.
meaning of what we are going through and
Mm-hmm.
what should be our action. That at this point, what should be our whole way of life? That is what consciousness is. Otherwise, we were like
Mm-hmm.
before this, we are all, and even now, I mean, we tend to stay involved in all the material engagements and goals, and we spend life like that. But coming to that place where we can understand and get to that understanding and be working towards getting to Lord Krishna. That's the consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. That's another perspective. And this is good, right? Everybody is sharing their own perspective, and then we'll club them together and see what is actually consciousness. So that's good, Jay Prabhu. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Hmm? Anybody else would like to share? Okay. So you see, there is a word here, ness. This word consciousness is ending with NESS. If you see, there are a lot of words that ends with that ends with ness, like happiness, sadness, kindness, loneliness, softness. So many words are there. Cleverness. So all these words, for example, happiness, it shows our state of being in happy mood. Sadness means it shows that we are in that particular mood. We are sad. So ness shows some kind of mood that we are carrying. Hmm. Similarly, consciousness shows that we are conscious, right? And then, like you all of you shared, what are we conscious? What we should be conscious of? So let's see. So these are the topics of our discussion today. Bhagavad Gita reference about consciousness, and then we'll discuss what is consciousness based on that reference from Krishna, and then we'll see the empirical and pervading aspect of consciousness. We'll discuss what is empirical, what is pervading, and then what is super consciousness, what is limited consciousness, what is super consciousness, and then the four stages of consciousness. There are different stages of consciousness, and then real state of consciousness. So there are different stages, but what is the best stage out of them, and how we can stay on in that stage, we will discuss, and then the conclusion of it. Okay, so let's get started. Bhagavad Gita reference. Um, we discussed this in our Bhagavad Gita crash course also. This is an important shloka from second chapter. See, Krishna is an amazing teacher. He could have told Arjuna straightforward that just surrender unto me and become my devotee, and that's all. But he understands the fallen state of all the conditioned souls. That is why this is very amazing. When we read scripture, Krishna first inviting Arjuna to fight the battle. Why? He's saying, see, if you will win the battle, you will enjoy the the kingly opulence. And if you will lose, if you, let's say, you die, then also there is no harm, because you will go to heaven and you will enjoy there. And when he realized that Arjuna is not agreeing with this proposal, then he started explaining Arjuna about consciousness, and then he starts about soul, and then further details like Karam Yoga, Gyan Yoga, and other things. So here in this chapter, we are starting in this class, we are starting consciousness, and this is the shloka 2.17. So Krishna is saying, Avinashi tu tadvidhi yena sarvamidam tatam vinasham avyayasya na kischit kartumarhati. Avinashi. So let's see the translation. Krishna says, that which pervades the entire body, O Arjuna, you understand him to be Avinashi. What is Avinashi? The soul. Soul is Avinashi. And Krishna is telling, no one is able to destroy that imperishable soul. You see, in a lot of previous classes, we have understood the difference between dead body and living body. So there are two bodies. One body is there sleeping and one body is dying. What is the difference? From the external perspective, you are seeing both look same. Both are bodies only. One is dead, one is sleeping. What is the difference? The difference is soul. But what soul was carrying becomes an important thing. Right? See, soul is not something which does not have a size. We all know. So let's take this example. Let's say there is a big pot, and within the pot, you put a lamp inside it. It's a burning, it's lamp, it's inside it. So the heat coming out of the lamp is traveling all over the pot, but the lamp is residing at one place. Correct? Lamp is there in between, somewhere in the center of the pot, and the pot is closed, and it is heating the entire pot. Similarly, the soul in the body is residing at one place. And what is that place? That place is very close to the heart. Or you can say this heart is the seat for the soul. When we pray, when we recite a lot of prayers to Krishna, so we always say that please come and sit on my heart. So similarly, the heart is the seat for the soul. So soul is there, and from there, soul is sending consciousness throughout the body. And that's what Krishna is telling here. Krishna is saying it pervades the entire body. And you should know it to be indestructible. It is indestructible, and no one is able to, again, he's saying no one is able to destroy that imperishable soul. Some people, they say that Krishna is talking about the body. Now, if you see, all the parts of the body can be replaced, which means they can be destroyed. If there is a problem in eyes, some people donate eyes also. They say when we will die, our eyes can be donated to someone else. Some organs also can be donated and can be replaced. Similarly, heart transplant is also there. So heart can also be replaced. All the parts of the body deteriorates and they can be replaced. And we all can understand that they don't pervade also. So hand is there at one place, right? But it is not like pervading entire body. It's at there in the one place. Nose is there, one place. Tongue, everything is one place. It's not pervading. But like we discussed the example of lamp. Lamp is at one place, but it is pervading the entire pot. Similarly, the soul has a fixed size. It resides on the heart, and it pervades the whole body. And so heat, which is the symptom of lamp, right? It's a burning lamp, fire. So heat is the symptom of fire. As soon as there is fire through lamp in the center of the pot, the fire, because its property is heating, it is heating the entire pot. And though it is residing in the center of the pot. Similarly, the consciousness is the property of soul. So as soon as soul enters in the matter, immediately consciousness, immediately it starts moving. Immediately, there's a movement immediately. Yeah. If you have seen some movies, right, in the ghost or movies, you will see there is a table and immediately table is like up and down jumping. So that ghostly souls, they enter in that table and the table starts moving up and down. Similarly, when semen enters into mother's womb, and as soon as soul enters in the body, in mother's womb, the small matter, but it starts moving. So doctors have their own, what do you call it, X-ray or ultrasound, and then they say, oh, you are pregnant, because they see some movement is happening there. So as soon as there is soul enters in the matter, and the consciousness spreads across, movement starts. The matter will not move because there is no soul. But as soon as soul enters in the matter, immediately movement starts. Why? How is movement? How this movement is working? See, when soul enters in the matter, it spreads the consciousness through blood. So the blood which is flowing in our body, it carries the whole consciousness coming from soul. You understood the basics, right? So matter is there, soul enters in there, and through blood, the consciousness is being spread throughout the body. So wherever there is a consciousness through blood, there is sensation also. You will feel pain or pleasure. Someone will pinch the tip of the needle and will feel immediately pain, isn't it? Or it's like a winter time and you put your hand in a warm water, you will feel better. You'll feel like, oh, it's nice. So all these sensations that we feel, we feel those sensations. Why? Because we have blood, and because we have blood, we have consciousness. Because we have consciousness, that means there is soul, right? So consciousness is sent through that liquid that we carry in our body, or some other living creatures like plants, they carry different liquid. In our body, it is blood. So through that, we get different type of sensations. Now, some people say that what happens in case of heart transplant? Because, you know, they say, okay, the soul is sitting on top of the heart, right? And then heart is pumping, sending blood all over the body, which means sending consciousness all over the body, right? Another point is, I forgot to mention, the another point is, some parts of the body where if you don't have blood, you will not feel any sensation also. Like nail, hair, there is no blood, which means there is no sensation, which means there is no consciousness. Now I think you can remember, right? So soul is there or sitting on the heart, and through the heart as a generator to send the consciousness, blood all over the body. And the parts of the body we don't have the blood, we don't feel any sensation or consciousness also. So now the science community, some people say that, okay, what happens in case of heart transplant? So it's simple, right? This heart is sitting on as a seat on the heart. If heart is changing, some other they are replacing, let's say, then it's like a seat is changing. Let's a driver of the car has some problem with the seat. Seat is changing, driver is as is. So there is nothing happens with the soul. Soul remains as is. Just the seat for the soul gets changed. Okay. So that's Avinashi. And we understood that soul is different, material body is different. But because soul has entered in the material body, there is consciousness, there is movement in the matter. Otherwise, what is the value of matter? How can person is declared dead? Because when doctor investigate and then say, okay, the heart has stopped moving, person is declared dead. Medical science do not have any measure to find out soul is there or not. They just look at the external features, the heart, breathing, and all those of sensations and all. But Krishna is telling in more detail here that there is soul and the consciousness is pervading in the entire body. And then we discussed also about how it spreads throughout the body. Okay, so we understood what is consciousness, and we understood that Krishna is not talking about body or anything related to body. Is he talking about soul? Well, so like we understood, soul has a fixed size. So even though Krishna is talking about soul, but more specifically, if we say he's talking about consciousness here, because soul has a fixed size, it cannot pervade entire body. But yes, it is pervading in the entire body through blood, or we can call it consciousness. Yeah, consciousness means sensation, and we understood that it is blood, the via medium of spreading consciousness by soul. Now the imperishable aspect, that body elements are perishable. They get destroyed with time, delayed, spoiled, and become unfit for use for the consumption after a certain period of time, right? But consciousness is not like that. It remains as is. It remains as is, and it does not. See, even if we see the example of lamp inside the pot, the lamp will obviously go away, right? It will not. It's not going to stay in the pot forever. But soul is not like that. Soul will stay forever, which means consciousness will stay forever. And as soon as soul goes out of the body, consciousness also goes out of the body. You can also take an example, like all-pervading aspect Krishna is telling. So take an example of sun. Sun is there at one place and is spreading the light entire universe. Similarly, soul is there one place, sending the consciousness entire body. Now, in this previous text we just read, right, there is an interesting word here, sarvam, right? Yena sarvam idam tatam. Now, some people say that, oh, he is talking about sarvam, then why you are limiting the spreading, the pervading aspect of the soul? The Mayavad philosophers, they compare sarvam of the soul as the sarvam of the universe. They say you can become God because I am God already, and everybody can become God. And then they quote this. They say, Yena sarvam idam tatam. They say Krishna is also saying that your nature is of sarvam. You can send this consciousness in the entire creation, and once you will start doing that, you will become as good as Krishna. Krishna was also a normal human being. He became Krishna God. You can also become God. I am God already. Then they say that this sarvam means that aspect of consciousness, right? So it's like saying that if you put a lamp inside a pot, that lamp can even heat up the entire universe. But that's not the case. Lamp has its own capacity inside the pot, right? Similarly, we as a, first of all, to this word, right, sarvam. Why sarvam is not is limited to the body and not outside the body? You see, every time, even when we normally also talk, we might be using some words which anyone can misinterpret, right? For example, if someone enters in the room and or in his home, and he is living with a lot of roommates, or let's say his own family members, and the home is really messed up. There's so much stuff here and there, and it's all dirty. And so this person says, who has created this mess everywhere? The person enters in the room, in the house, and he says, who has created this mess everywhere? Now he is using this word everywhere, but does he mean everywhere means outside the house, in the society, in the world, in the universe? No. When he's using this word everywhere, that means inside the house. Why? Because he is inside the, that's his subject matter to discuss. That's his agenda about the house. Similarly, when Krishna is starting his discussion with Arjuna, his subject matter is still the body, correct? So when he's talking about the body, he, in that context, he is saying that Yena sarvam idam tatam. This imperishable soul is idam sarvam, sarvam idam tatam. He is spreading across the body. So that's the meaning of word sarvam. So this consciousness that we carry has a limited aspect, which means I know the pain and pleasures from my body, but I don't know the pain and pleasures of your body until you don't tell me. You have a headache, you don't tell me, I will not come to know. Similarly, you know, so that this consciousness has a limited aspect. It does not intersect. It has a very limited aspect in each other's body. We don't share consciousness. So we have discussed some aspect of pervading nature. So you see, so there is consciousness coming through heart. Heart is residing, and then it has a pervading nature and imperishable nature. Now, what is super consciousness? Right. So we understood that we have, as a local people, as a local consciousness in the body, there must be someone who is controlling the body. So this is shloka from Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad says, Nityo Nityanam Chetnas Chetnanam. So if you can stick to one line, we'll discuss line by line. So he's saying there is one who is eternal reality among non-eternal objects. What does that mean? There is eternal reality among non-eternal objects. What are non-eternal objects? Can someone give me an example of non-eternal objects? What is the meaning of non-eternal objects here? I'm trying to see who is actively listening. With proof, what is the meaning of non-eternal objects? So this proof.
Sorry, actually there was some disturbance. Can you please repeat the question, Pradeep?
What is the meaning of non-eternal objects? You see here.
Non-eternal objects. Non-eternal objects means which are temporary, which are perishable.
Okay. And when Krishna is saying, oh, sorry, I think I closed it.
There is some noise issue.
Noise is there? Okay. Please feel free to interrupt me if there is an audio issue. Huh?
Now it is fine.
Fine, okay. And then who is eternal among all non-eternal objects?
We related to objects.
Mhm.
Spiritual world. I think anything in the spiritual world is eternal, whatever it has.
Correct, correct. That's good. That's good. There is a spiritual word, and you're saying, but you see, there he's saying Nitya, Anitya Nam. Those are Anitya. Those are non-eternal. There is one Nitya. So among Anitya objects, those are perishable, temporary. There is one eternal, means that is soul.
Soul, yes.
Yeah, so he's the shloka is starting with the soul, with the consciousness that we just discussed. So now someone can say that, but there are so many souls in the world. If you see, you are also soul, I am a soul. Even within me, there would be small, let's say, some viruses there, vitamins are there. They are also individual souls. So many souls are there. So, but then so it extends further in the second line. It says, Eko Bahunam. In those souls also, there is one person, Eko. There is one super soul, Yo Vidhati Kaman, who is fulfilling the desires of everyone. So now it is extension of local consciousness. The local consciousness was limited to the body, but now who is taking care of this body? Someone must be taking care of this body. Now we can say, oh, I am taking care of this body. Okay, if you are taking care of this body, then why are you dying? Which means there is someone else on top of us who is controlling this body also. No one wants to die. No one wants to get disease. So there is a local aspect of consciousness within the body, but eko bahunam yo vidhati kaman. The one truly conscious living entity among conscious objects. So the shloka is saying nityo nityanam, anityanam. Anityanam means there is one who is nitya between all the anitya objects. So that is soul. Now among all those souls, so eko bahunam, there is one person, yo vidhati kaman, who is fulfilling the desires of all the kamnas of others, fulfilling the desires of everyone. Tamat तमात्म इस्तथम ये अनुपश्यन्ति धीरा तेषाम शांति शाश्वती नेत्रे शाम. It says, eternal peace belong to the wise who perceive him within themselves, not to others. So if basically it is a peace formula, it says that if we will understand that there is one super being who is fulfilling the desires of everyone, then why would we rush behind fulfilling our desires if we know that the actual person who has to fulfill our desire is that Eko Bahunam, is that super consciousness. See, this is interesting. Katha Upanishad does not mention about Krishna. It's like a fuel giving to the living entity that there is someone superior to you. So once person gets the understanding, then he says, oh, I have to find out who is that, to give curiosity to the person. So this person saying Eko Bahunam yo vidhati kaman, that is one person. Tamatma istatham ye anupashanti dhira, the dhira purush, the wise purush, the wise person, tesham shanti, immediately gets the peace, shashwati netre sham, who perceives him within themselves, not to others. He will not have any expectation from others. So we understood the consciousness. Now there is super consciousness. There is a conscious being within our body, soul, and there is super consciousness. There is super soul also, who is fulfilling the desires of everyone. Now, who is that person? Because Katha Upanishad is not mentioning about that super being, super consciousness, super soul. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, last chapter, 18th chapter, Krishna says, Brahmayan sarve bhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. Yantra rudhani mayaya. What is yantra? Yantra is like a machine, a car. So we understood an example of car. Yes, so we understood the example of car. So there is a car and a driver. How we are giving an analogy of this one? We are saying this is a body and there is a soul, right? But now you see yantra rudhani mayaya. Krishna is saying, no, there is a passenger also sitting back seat. Not only just soul and car is the driver and car is there. There is a passenger also sitting behind. Oh, who is that passenger? Eko Bahunam. We just discussed Eko Bahunam. So there are many cars, but in all those cars, there are different Nitya. There are different drivers. But now he's saying with each driver, there is a passenger also. Yantra Rudhani Maya. Brahmayana Sarva Bhutani. He's saying, I am that driver, I am that passenger in all those souls. He again says, in 7th chapter, Krishna is saying, Bhavishayani cha bhutani mam. Now, from the first one, you can say, okay, you are the main person, but are there any other people who knows about you? Saying, no, Bhavishayani cha bhutani mam. I know Bhavishya, I know future. Cha bhutani mam. I know the past also. And tu vedana kaschan. Tu means but. Tu vedana kaschana. Krishna says, but me, no one knows. Saying, no, me, no one knows. Which means it is very difficult to know Krishna. It is not easy. See, it is very bewildering. Yesterday, one devotee was sharing this with me. Krishna, he was telling that when Krishna had Rasa Leela with gopis, so he used to spend a time of Brahma. Can you imagine? That's a time of a kalpa. So Rasa Leela used to happen in night. Now you see lot of other people are sleeping. Same time frame. Due to this time saving, daytime saving, you are in different time zone, Udit Prabhu, right? You from all students from India, and then we are in different time zone, and we start talking about, okay, now this is your time and this is my time. But you think of this Rasa Leela. In Vrindavan, Rasa Leela is happening in night. Other people are sleeping. Krishna is there having Rasa Leela. This Rasa Leela is how much time Krishna is spending with the gopis in Rasa Leela? The time of Brahma, a kalpa. There's a time of kalpa that is being spent with the gopis. And all the people are still sleeping and still spending their 6 hours or 7 hours or 8 hours of sleep. Anyway, so now it is very bewildering to our mind. Can you imagine how is it working? Like in your home, you have a time of Brahma, and in my home, I am spending like 6-7 hours only. Wow, that is a lot of people, because they use their material intelligence to understand who is Krishna. They don't accept Krishna as easily. But Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, I am time. So obviously he is the controller of time. He can spend millions and millions of years with you, and in the same time, I will feel like just 1 minute. Well, he is the controller of time. He can use time in whatever way he want to. So you see, that's why he's saying tu vedana kaschana. But me, no one knows. Okay. There is similarly, there is a story in Bhagavatam, when one time Brahmaji goes to Dwarka to meet Krishna. I think some of you must have heard this pastime also. So Brahmaji goes there. So gatekeeper says, 1 minute, where are you coming? He says, I want to meet Krishna. He said, okay, please wait here. I just go and check with Krishna. If he is busy, he can give his time to you at this point. So so gatekeeper goes inside and he says, Krishna, there is one person outside, and he says, I am Brahma. So my dear Lord, please tell me if I should bring him in. Krishna says, Brahma? Which Brahma? What's his name? Please go and check with him. So gatekeeper comes outside and he says, I talked to Krishna, and Krishna is saying, which Brahma? What's your name? And your other details as much as possible, so I can convey to Krishna as elaborately as possible. So Brahma gets really bewildered. He's like, my God, I thought I have created this universe, taking his blessings. But if I am the creator of this universe, is there any other Brahma who is creating this universe? Why? It's like very confusing. It's like you go to a school and there are multiple principals. There is only one principal in the school, isn't it? So Brahma was thinking that I am the only principal of this universe. I mean, obviously, I get the blessings from Krishna, then I became the principal of this universe. But then, how come there are other principals also? Why is he inquiring so much about me? Huh? So, but anyway, because there was a question, so Brahma responded back saying, saying that four-headed Brahma, and I did this, I did that, I prayed, I recited those prayers, like that he elaborated. Yeah, this pastime comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sorry, I mentioned Bhagavatam. So gatekeeper goes back inside, and then he tells Krishna that Brahma is giving all these descriptions. He has four heads and all these things. Then Krishna says, "Oh, okay, understood. Bring him in." So then the gatekeeper comes out and he takes Brahma inside. So then Krishna says, "Oh, my dear Brahma, how can I serve you? Let me know what made you come here." So Brahma says, "My dear Krishna, in fact, I had a lot of, I had an urgent work, but now I have forgotten about that because I am very confused." What happened? Brahma said that I was thinking I am the only person in the universe who is in charge of this creation, who has been given this service by yourself. But now I'm confused because you asked which Brahma. So Krishna smiled, he closed his eyes, and immediately so many Brahma appeared there. Yeah, this is the line here. So many Indras also came, and they had hundreds and thousands of eyes. Four-headed Brahma of this universe. So our Brahma, four-headed Brahma of this universe. So all these opulences of Krishna, and he was greatly astonished and considered himself a rabbit among many elephants. So when all these Brahma appeared there, some Brahma had four heads, some had five heads, some had 10, 100, million, billions, trillions of heads also. So which means our Brahma, who has four heads, has a very complex universe to handle. But there are other complex universes also where Brahma has millions of heads also. And all of these Brahmas came immediately and they paid obeisances to Krishna. All of them were not able to see each other or our Brahma, but our Brahma was able to see everybody by Krishna's mercy. So he saw so many Brahmas there, and all of them paying obeisances to Krishna, and all of them were asking Krishna, "My dear Lord, please tell us how can we serve you?" And Krishna said, "No, I'm just asking if everything is going fine in your universe." And they're like, "It's your blessings, everything is going fine." He said, "Okay, now you can work. Now you can leave." And at the same, and Krishna was talking to everybody at the same time, all the Brahmas. And our Brahma was very astonished to see the opulence of Krishna. That is very difficult for anybody who is not a devotee to understand Krishna. Who will understand Krishna? It's so complex. And that's where this word, this shloka comes. Bhavishya yani chabhutani mam tu vedhana kashchana. Tu vedhana kashchana. But me, no one knows. I know past, future, everything, but me, no one knows. So anyway, Krishna says, I am time. So whatever is coming in the boundary of time, you will know, right? If you have built one house, you know everything going in the house. So Krishna has built time. So he knows what is past, what is present, what is future. But tu vedana kashchana. And we are, because we are in the boundary of time, we don't know Krishna. Krishna is outside time. So let's discuss the four stages of consciousness. So there are four stages. One is Swapna stage of consciousness. Another is called Shushupti stage of consciousness, then Jagrati stage. So we will first discuss these three stages and then I will come to the fourth stage. Let's take an example. Let's say when we go to bed, every night we go to sleep. So the first stage is called Swapna stage, when we start dreaming. And then comes Shushupti stage, which is a deep sleep state. When we go to deep sleep, we are not dreaming we don't know what is going in the outside world, nothing. It's a deep sleep state. And then comes Jagrati state. So in Jagrati state, we'll come out of the sleep, and then we will be aware of what is happening in our surroundings. Correct? So these are the three states: Swapna state, Sushupti state, Jagrati state. So in our life also it's like that. So we are in Jagrati state mostly. We know what is happening around our being. But at night, again, Swapna and Sushupti stage starts. How it is spiritually related? Spiritually, if you see, most of the people are in Sushupti stage, which means they are core materialistic. You will tell them, you will talk to them about Krishna consciousness. They will say, "Karam hi puja hai," huh? Or you work 14 hours, 15 hours in office, no problem. You spend like whole life with your relatives, friends, and this and that. Cry who he did this to me, huh? And I did so much for him, but he is still not reciprocal. So these things are going on, and no one is, and hardly one is interested in the spiritual life. So lot of people, almost 99% of the population, I would say, is interested in material affairs, which means they are in Sushupti state. They are deeply sleeping, very, very deeply sleeping. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came on this earth, he one of our acharya used to recite this prayer: Jiva jago, Gora Chandra bole. So he's saying, Jeev jago, Jeev jago, Jeev jago. Now Jeev is saying, I'm already awake. Huh? Every day I wake up at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Why are you saying Jeev jago? Because Jeev is completely in sleep. Why is in sleep? Because he is engaged in material affairs. He is engaged in material affairs. So he is sleeping in his spiritual life. If someone is sleeping in a spiritual life, he is not aware of spiritual life at all, then he is actually in sleep only. So it's like this: you are dreaming, you have a dream within a dream. It's like that. So you go to bed, you started dreaming, and within the dream, you are dreaming that you are going to bed, and then you are sleeping, and when you slept, you again saw another dream. You understood, right? So you are dreaming within a dream. So what is the value of a dream? And what is the value of dream within a dream? Understood? And what is the value of dream within a dream within a dream? No, everything is same. So it's like that. Someone can say, no, I'm in Jagrati state. What is this value of this Jagrati if you are sleeping in a spiritual life? That is why our Acharya used to say, Jeev jago, Gaura Chandra bole. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come. Please wake up, soul. Please wake up. Sleeping soul, please wake up. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come. Please chant Hare Krishna and make your life perfect. There is one Chinese story, one king was sleeping, and in his dream, in his dream, he saw that he is a butterfly, flying in a very beautiful garden from one rose to another, and he was smiling. Like that, he was dreaming, and after a certain time, he woke up, and immediately he called his minister because he got very worried. And all the ministers came running, and he was like, I just saw a dream that I am a butterfly and I'm flying flower to flower, enjoying the beautiful garden. And every minister is like, okay, that's very good, but you look very worried. What happened? He said, I'm very confused. I'm worried if what was real. Probably that butterfly is real, and he is dreaming that I am a king. What is real? Am I a king or am I a butterfly? At this stage, while I'm talking to you, I am a king, and I'm thinking that I was thinking that I was dreaming that I'm a butterfly. But there is a possibility that the butterfly is dreaming that he is a king, because ultimately, when you are in a dream, you forget your real estate, or to say it is a real estate, but you forget what you are, and then even you forget your body also. And we completely start enjoying whatever we are dreaming of. isn't it? The dream becomes a reality for us. We start crying in the dream, isn't it? And someone comes and say, no, wake up, you have to go to office, you're already late, please. Or young age kids, wake up, you have to go to school. Then immediately they come back and they, oh, okay, I have to go to school. So this is the sleeping state. That is, so we are in the sleeping state actually. We look like in Jagrati, but we are sleeping state. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, and then these are the prayers. Jeev Jago, Jeev. In the sleeping state, we are crying, we are happy, all those pain, pleasure, all these emotional duality. Krishna says, Nirdvando Nitya Sattvasto Niryog Chhematmavan. Nirdvando, this is Dvand. Happy, sad, victory, loss. This is a duality which we are sleeping in. But Krishna is saying, Nirdvando Nitya Sattvasto is being situated in Sattva. You situate yourself in Sattva, which is eternal, which is real. And because these dvand will keep going on in this life, after this life, what is the value of this dream? So this is the dreaming stage we are in. And Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came very close to the sleeping souls. Even Krishna, as Krishna's incarnation as Supreme Personality of Godhead came here, even he also did not come that close to the living entity. He was killing demons, but he was mainly coming closer to whom? To his devotees. Correct. But you see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came very close to everybody. So given a choice, if given a choice, Krishna is very hard for us to catch. Isn't it? But same Krishna, when he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he becomes very easy for us to hold the lotus feet of. I was watching one video a few years back when Biden was president, and sometime he came out of White House, and he started having handshake with people and going to McD's and having burgers. So he made himself very accessible to general public. So same president who was in the White House, he comes out and meets people. So same Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, same Krishna who was accessible, made himself accessible to everybody, came very close to us as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he actually shouted in our ears, Jeev Jago, Jeev Jago. Why are you sleeping? So when this sleeping soul understands that I am sleeping, and that is the stage of Turiya, enlightenment. When he understands that, yes, actually I'm sleeping, what I'm doing in this life. Yesterday I was crying, I made some adjustment, I started being happy, and then I am again crying. I will make some temporary adjustments, then I will be happy again, and then again sad, then again happy. What I'm doing with my life? I want to be eternally happy. I need a fixed medicine which will cure me 100%. So when one person understands this, that I have to do this, and then he starts engaging himself into this, then this is the stage of Turiya. Turiya means enlightenment stage. Now we are not fully enlightened though, but it's like we wake up someone, he is sleeping, and then slowly he starts coming out of his sleep. So when the transition from dreaming to come to the perfect stage where he's completely woke up, this transition phase we are in. We were sleeping, some devotees entered in our life, and he started giving us the knowledge, association, all the support needed. We started chanting all things, and then we are advancing. So one day we will come to the stage of full enlightenment, where Yashoda Maya is there, gopis are there, crying for Krishna. So in the state of pure love for Krishna. So these are the different consciousness we carry in our life. So that consciousness also goes along with us, birth after birth, life after life. So this is the real state of consciousness. Let's spend some time on this, the Turiya stage. So just to quickly revise, we understood that we are soul, and as soon as soul enters in the matter, it spreads consciousness through blood. and whichever part of the blood, part of the body we don't have the conscious blood, we don't have consciousness sensation also there. So understand it like three. So we understood that there is soul, local consciousness, localized to the body, and then super soul, super consciousness, which is maintaining the whole universe, everything, right? The super consciousness, supremely consciousness. Nothing can escape from knowing of super conscious being. Understood? Like anything happens with the body, we immediately come to know. Pain is there, leg, hand, anything pain is there, they immediately come to know, yes, there is something happening wrong with my body. So similarly, anything happens anywhere in this universe, outside this, anything, there is a super conscious being, and that super conscious being knows everything. And who is that super conscious being? From the quick references from Bhagavad Gita, we understood that is Krishna. So Krishna is there, and then we have so super soul is there, Krishna, and then we are here soul. There are two. You can understand like two boxes. One box Krishna, other box living entity. Okay. Now, what is the relation between the two? That we are understand. So this shlok says, Mame vansho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana manashasthani indriyani prakrtisthani karshati. It says Mama vansho. Krishna is saying, this soul is my anshu only. Is my anshu, my part and parcel. Jeev loka in this, and this jiva, Mama vansha, jiva loke in this lok, jiva bhutani sana, jiva bhuta sanatana. It is my eternal fragmental part in this material world. So that is the relation. So there is super soul, there is soul. The relation is the soul as a minute part is related with the soul, like a big mountain and one particle from that mountain. So the relation is particle belongs to that mountain only. It's just a fragmented part and parcel of that mountain. But both are qualitatively same, quantitatively different. And then it says Manashasthani Indrayani Prakrti Sthani Karshati. That fragmental part, Krishna is saying, my mama anshu, my part and parcel, is struggling in this material world with very hard with the six senses, that includes the mind also. Now, so we understood that, okay, this is the relation between the two, fragmental part, but what that fragmental part should be doing has been explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So about that fragmental part, what it should be doing, it says Jivara Swarup Hai Krishna Nityadas. So here they became more explicit. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here became more explicit in saying that part and parcel duty is to serve the whole. So if we are part and parcel of Krishna, that means what? It is now more specifically telling Krishna Re Nityadas. That part and parcel actually is Krishna Re Nityadas. He is the eternal servant of Krishna. He is a Jiva Swarup Hoy. What is the Swarup of Jiva? Krishna Re Nityadas. He is the eternal servant of Krishna. And Krishna Ra Tathasu Tashti Bhed Bhad Prakash. Saying he is a marginal energy of Krishna and a manifestation simultaneously one with and different from Krishna. Now, what is the meaning of one and different from Krishna? It means like a drop of the ocean. It's quantitatively it's different, but qualitatively is same. It's one. The water, the quantity of the water in the ocean and the drop of the water from the ocean is the same. Quality is same. Quantity different. So Krishna is super conscious, conscious of everything. We are also conscious, but we are localized conscious. We are not conscious of everything, and that is why we are Nitya. Okay. Now, what is the conclusion of all this? That because we understood that Krishna is a super conscious being and he was conscious of everything, so we should be conducting our thinking, our lifestyle, and everything that we do in relation with Krishna. We should harmonize with Krishna, with his teachings, that I am having prasadam. Why? Because I should be offering it to Krishna first, and then I'm having it now. Similarly, what work we are doing, that should be in harmony with Krishna. We should not be doing illicit work that Krishna does not recommend. everything we should be talking about Krishna. So all our actions should be in harmonize with the Lord. Yeah, we should avoid unnecessary distractions. See, all of us are devotees. We should understand that our ultimate objective in life is to go back to Godhead. And because Mama Vansha Jeev Loka Jeevuta Sanatana, Krishna is saying, so we should be as a part and parcel, we should be avoiding the unnecessary distractions. And the best way to do that is by reading scriptures. Scripture understanding actually gives a lot of intellectual strength. And once we get intellectual strength, it becomes easy to say no to distractions. If it is not 100%, we can say no, but it becomes very easy to say no. Last year, January 2021, one of my college friends connected in Krishna consciousness. And that time he was having a lot of problems, like mobile and so many other distractions. So in the beginning, we don't say no much to the new people. We ask them to follow what is positive. And the effect of following Krishna consciousness is that the negatives all gradually, goes away. And he keeps sharing his experience with me, and it's very amazing that how Krishna consciousness brings so many magics. Oh, this is magical actually. One time, one person was talking to Prabhupada, and this person said, "Sadhu ji, kuch jadoo bhi karte ho kya?" He said, "Do you do some magic also?" Then Srila Prabhupada said, "This is all magic. All these devotees you see here jumping, dancing, preparing prasadam, feast and everything, they were hippies on the street. They were lying there having marijuana, all those things. And now you see them. What is this? If you call this, if you will not call this magic, what do you do? Call it?" Like that, Prabhupada asked him. So this is the magic of following Krishna consciousness and reading scriptures, chanting. This is very much helpful in that. We should increase our focus and revive consciousness back by performing mantra meditation, which means we should be, if I know most of you are already chanting. If not, please start that. And that's all. We'll stop here. If there is any question, we have stopped right on time. If there is any question, we can discuss.
I have a question not related to the
Yes, Mataji.
class, but do we have a class next Sunday since it's a Diwali?
Diwali is on Saturday or Sunday?
It's Sunday,
I
12th
can,
November.
yeah, we'll have a class. We'll have a class.
Okay.
Yeah. See, the timing for the India devotees, for devotees in India, it is very late. It is 10 p.m., after daylight saving. I was wondering if we can shift it to 9:30 our US timing. What do you think, Niyamataji? We can take a vote also. But
That would be good. 9:30 sounds good to me.
okay.
We can ask people in chat to put their if they 9:30 or 10:30, whichever they.
Okay. How about you, Jay Prabhu? What do you think? It's fine for you. Okay. Probably I'll put on. Yes, Jay Prabhu.
Yeah, no, good for me also. Good for us.
Okay.
It will work. 9:30 is good.
Okay, we have the devotee Smita Mataji. I see Shweta Mataji is also there. Let me put on the WhatsApp group, and let's see if anyone feels any objection, any not able to not comfortable at the time. Then we'll see what works for everyone. Okay, so let's stop now. Vancha kalpataru vaishya kripa sindhavya paditanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti vaishnav ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the
Hey,
class.
Thank
Krishna.
you so much, Suji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.